Hey YouTube, today I bring you a casted game between me and Aoe3 Wol. But this is actually slightly different because this is the Wars of Liberty mod, which basically adds in a ton of new civilizations, new features, etc. So we can see Aoe3 is already moving his base because he is playing the Egyptians, which if you're familiar to Age of Empires 4, the Mongols can do this. They can just pick up all of their stuff and just move it. So we can see Aoe3's town centre here as like a caravan sort of thing. He's moving his villagers and everything. And then this is me up here. And I am playing the 2P, which is sort of like a native outpost from the base game. So you know these native outposts, these kind of things. My civilization is basically one of those as a civilization, which I think is really awesome. So each civilization still has their own unique features, etc. So you can see Aoe3's here with the portable houses and town centres and everything. So this is actually quite a tactical move by Aoe3 because 2P, the civilization I'm playing, is known for its rushes. So Aoe3 probably predicts I'm going to be rushing, and so he moves his base straight away. So it actually works well because I eventually do put a bit of a forward base down and expect him to be here because I didn't do a lot of scouting because I'm a bit of a noob. But yeah, so this worked out really well for Aoe3. It does mean he has a lot of idle time because you cannot use the town centre while it's moving, which is a bit unfortunate. But I think it's definitely worth it. So we can see over here, I'm going about, I've managed to get myself a bear and an XP treasure, I'm pretty sure, over here. I think Aoe3 got a treasure as well, or tried to get a treasure at least. 10 HP, that's not looking so good. He didn't even kill one of these guys, I don't think. That's not so good. But I'm collecting a 90 coin treasure right here. And I've got my first shipment in, which means I can send in my 3 villagers. So let's take a look at Aoe3's deck. Because he has got a 4 villager card. So this is the most amount of villagers a civilization has as their first card, which is a really nice bonus, especially as Aoe3 had that bit of an idle time. He's going to be able to get that extra villager back in the game through that card. So we're both looking towards our age up. So something quite cool about the 2P is that they have no need for gold. There's not a single moment in the game you're going to need gold. You age up with food, well, for age 2 at least, and then into age 3 it's just food and wood. All units cost food and wood, so it means the macro is really nice and easy to keep on task because you're not needing to worry about gold. It also means less upgrades are needed in the market, etc. Ignore that police car if you can hear it. So Aoe3 at the moment, he's actually built a house. So this may look like a bit of an archer unit kind of thing, but this right here is a house. So houses for the Egyptians are actually like these camels. It does look a little bit odd, but I think it's a really awesome feature that they've got. So bit of an attempt here for Aoe3's herding. Seems like he may have shot that in the wrong direction. But you can see here I'm just collecting up more bears. I've currently got 2. I'm getting what's this here? Okay, so it increases my explorer hit points by 30%, which is really nice. Because this explorer is a archer unit, and some of the main unit I will be training is archers. So it's always nice to mix them in, and he's got a nice big health pool. Because basically the units I'm creating are like worse Strellas. So yeah, it's always nice to have a tanky unit in there as well. But you can see now that I'm sending forward my my villager to build a war hut here. But at this point I did not realise that Aoe3 was down here with his base. But he's got the librarian cavern out. And this is the building that the Egyptians need to age up with. For all African civs, you need to build a library. So this is portable. obviously, because all buildings are for the Egyptians. But there's 3 technologies that you need to get inside of this building to age up. So there's like an economy one, a military one, and a defensive one. And once you get all 3, that's when you age up. So we can see here I'm building a war hut. Let's see what Wiji... So Wiji... Not a lot from him yet. He's I'm guessing he's aging up them. Yeah, we can see it there. He's getting a couple of them here. I think he's already got one of them. So I'm just saving up my shipment at the moment. I've got nothing else in age 1. But look at these unit shipments in age 2. Absolutely insane. So I get 12 of these archers. They're basically Strelas. So, you know, they're not like a longbow or anything. But, yeah, they're still amazing cards. So now I've got 3 bears. They always help out. They've got quite a nice health pool. They've got 180 health, HP. And they've also got 10 hand attack. Which always helps out, just gathering treasures and stuff. So 120 XP right there. It's going to help me out, get even more shipments in. So I have aged up. I think we both aged up at the same time there. But I've got in my some of these archers in queue already. And I should be sending in one of these cards. I have forgotten about it. But there we go. We're sending in the 12 archers. And building another longhouse. So these actually give... how much population? I'm pretty sure it's like 20. Yeah, supports 20 population, which is always nice. A little bit cheaper on the houses. So it looks like we're building up quite a big mass, which we are, but they're very weak. So, I mean, take the mass with a grain of salt. So we are training up lots of these archers still. They train very quickly in this, by the way. So that's always nice to see. And we're still creating lots of villagers as well. Let's take a look at Wiji. Wiji is not training any villagers. Wiji, get on the villagers, mate. But he has got 11 of these Falas. Which they're sort of like Rajputs. If you've ever played the Indians. They're kind of like Rajputs. So I'm guessing he's going to be... he's in quite a good position to raid. Because of the position he's decided to place his base, he can raid quite nicely. But I do spot it in time and manage to get my villagers in the town centre. And my arch mass is on the way. But I think I end up sending it back to his base. Well, where I think his base is at least. Yeah, you can see there. So I've already... noticed that his base is not there at this point, and I know, well, he's got to be down here somewhere because I know he's not up here. So but the only problem is with these guys, these are like pikemen basically, and pikemen get absolutely destroyed by skirmishers or any kind of like archer unit, crossbow unit, and that is what I've got right here. So he's not making the correct unit here, and I don't think he has a... he does not have a barracks out yet, which is very unfortunate for him. He needs to get that out. He needs to get a stable wagon out, really, which I'm pretty sure a garrison caravan means you can build land units and, cavalry and foot units. So let's see what Wiji sends as his next card. Okay, yes, it does make the correct choice there by going for camel riders, because he knows that I've got this this archer mass. So at this point, I think I do start to, yeah, I'm starting to make some of these tomahawks. Now these tomahawks are crazy powerful. Let's have a look at their stats. So they've got 140 HP, and they've got a 10 hand attack with 5 times multiplier against cavalry. Which is just nuts. Like, for how cheap they are. Look how cheap they are. 101 resources. That's how much they cost. So these things are absolutely crazy. And you should see their siege attack as well. 38 siege attack. So these things just shred any type of cavalry and building. So this longbow mass, not longbow, archer mass is going to be nice and protected. But I need to be careful of these guys. Because I've got a large mass, but these guys will just die. Let's have a look at their... They've got 85 HP, and these guys do 25 hand attack. And they do have a 30% ranged resistance. But I've now got 11 of these guys out. Actually, now I've got 16 of these Tomahawk guys. So I'm feeling like I'm in a pretty good position right now. Because Widgie hasn't got a large enough mass to deal with this. He needs some archers of his own to deal with these Tomahawks. And then he can go in with the cavalry behind to take out my archers. So I do need to be careful here. But I do manage to connect here with his cavalry. And even these Rajputs aren't going to do a ton of damage. But I've got even more of these Tomahawks coming out now as well. I did miss a batch there. I've only got a batch of 3. But that's alright. Because Widgie's mass just isn't large enough. I am losing a ton of units here though. Just because of how weak my units are, to be honest. They're not the best. But I do manage to pull out ahead. And Widgie does have his barracks out. So let's see. This is where he sends in 6 villagers. This is not the right time to send in villagers. So he's got 18 villagers at the moment, and I am at 29. So I'm way ahead on economy. So it's understandable why Widgie might want to... He knows he's behind on eco and needs to get villagers, but that's not the right move to do when you know your opponent's having, has a ton of units like this. So he might want to send in some of these spearmen or something, or maybe a resource shipment so we can get out units. Maybe another barracks. But definitely the wrong move sending in those villagers, because he has no mass at the moment. If I thought he had no mass, I would... Well, if I knew he had no mass like this, I would have just pushed in. I could have won. But I don't decide to push in quite yet. But he does have 5 camel riders. But I got mainly these Tomahawk guys. And the last bit of mass coming in here, I've got to send in another shipment of 11 of these archers. Yeah, I've got 2 archer shipments in age 2. I've got the 11 and the 12, which is just crazy. So we can see I got a little bit of damage on those camel riders right there. And now I'm just sort of reinforcing with extra units and stuff. Slowly sending in more Tomahawks. Because I know that he's going to be making up more camel riders. But it's pretty much game from here. There's not a lot he can do. Because he doesn't have any shipments. He doesn't have enough production buildings. And that right there is game. So yeah, that really does show the power of the 2P in Wars of Liberty. So, if you did enjoy this Wars of Liberty content, then don't forget to subscribe so you can stay up to date, as there will be plenty more content coming your way. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.